Oh,
Does Valentine's always fall in half term? I can't remember.
I don't know.
It doesn't feel like it because
We did 6 years of homeschooling. We don't. Half term is always a total fucking
But I always
surprise
remember
to
when
us.
I was younger and Valentine's happened, I was at school.
Yes.
I was always at school.
Of course it was. Or maybe they made it a Valentine's. But do you remember getting cards? Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to Coffee Moaning. Coffee Moaning, if this is your first time here, is a 6-day-a-week show.
Where we talk about labia.
Often referred to as the best TV show, not on TV, because we can do whatever we like. Because we're on YouTube, as long as we are never offensive, which of course we never are, apart from to each other.
True.
So most days we have like some of the big news stories, and then we try and have some fun around that as well, because the news, let's face it, is hard to deal with.
Hey, sending you love, Claire Smiley. Hi there.
Yesterday we did all kinds of stories. We did some really sad stories. We did the UFOs. We did all sorts of stuff. And today we just thought, as there aren't any particularly huge stories, are there?
I fancy talking about that piece about boys and Me Too.
No, I don't think we should do that today. I think we should do that tomorrow.
That was the top thing in the title.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I sent it.
Oh, no, I said not today because it's Valentine's. We don't want to do something like that on Valentine's.
Okay, all right.
No, we do that tomorrow. Take that off because it's just not. It's not the right day for it. We just wanted to have a bit of a lighter day.
Remember our
we wanted to
conversation
have
yesterday?
we wanted to have some fun, didn't we? Today.
Valentine's horror stories. So, okay,
Yeah.
what would you
It's
want
a really
to put
good
in
story
there,
Mark's actually found, but I want to really look into that because it's really, really actually important. And it's all around how the Me Too movement, which I fully 100% am a supporter of. But we also have to recognise when stuff comes through that is also having an impact, a really negative impact on some boys. And it's a really, really good story. So we'll do that in full tomorrow. Sorry, because I just hadn't read it properly. I sort of scanned it.
You see who calls the shots here, don't you?
No, really, because it's Valentine's. We don't want to go to abuse on Valentine's.
Not abuse. Exactly. All right. Okay.
No, it is.
Okay. Well, the one thing I do want to talk about in the news is what a crushing disappointment. It's just a bunch of Chinese balloons.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I mean...
it is just balloons. It's not UFOs.
Who believes the White House? The White House are trying to completely dissuade us. And, potentially they're saying, they're all different types of balloons. But they haven't got any intel on them yet. So, do they know they're not balloons? Anyway, they scoffed, they laughed, they chuckled. They went, I love E.T., the movie, but it's not alien.
Well, I think we know that we are never really told the truth about anything, are we?
But, a secret little part... Who was secretly wishing it was aliens? I was.
Not me.
I was.
Darling, no. We've done a pandemic. We cannot do aliens. We just can't. It's too much.
I can. I'm looking forward to... one day they'll come.
We're doing pandemic. We've done one after another economic crisis. People are dire straits. We do not want aliens.
But I think it's...
Unless aliens are going to come down and sort this shit out. I'm not interested.
Personally, I equate aliens landing on Earth to the distraction that Harry and Meghan provided. It's more fun. It's a sort of distraction from things,
It's a bit
isn't it?
far-fetched.
Never thought it was aliens. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think we all secretly never thought it was aliens, but how boring. Chinese balloons. What? I mean...
Well, I'm a bit more concerned about Chinese balloons.
Well, yeah.
Chinese government
but American
balloons.
American balloons are flying over. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like they've all been to some enormous party, got high
hell
on
is going
helium,
on?
and they're just firing balloons everywhere.
Why are we so dark? Can you see us?
Yeah, that's just my brightness on my phone now.
Oh,
I can't
okay.
get into it and change
Okay,
it.
cool.
Look there. That's how bright we are.
So today we are... Oh, God, I went to Aldi yesterday. Bloody hell. The Aldi I went into was like crazy. It was a crazy shop. Oh, my God. But did I get some bargains? This is my sister is teaching me about bargain shops.
Yeah.
She's so funny. She goes, right. She came round yesterday. She goes, come on, get your coat, go to Aldi. Because she said, because of all the recipes and everything that we do, it is absolutely bloody ridiculous because we have to buy like double what you would normally buy in a normal household of food just because of testing recipes and all of this. So I'm looking for cheaper ways to get my food. And my God, it's just, Mark, you just wouldn't believe it. You just would not believe it. It's another world in there. And what about these middle aisles where you get all this crazy shit? You would love it. Like mad things like
doesn't sound like I
chalk
would.
paint or a diver's outfit.
A diver's outfit?
Yeah.
Chalk paint?
Yeah,
What's
Dina went, oh, chalk paint, that's what I need. There's just
But
a
don't you
batch
end
of chalk
up...
paint.
Why are you shouting?
I don't know, I think I'm excited.
Why would... But isn't it then one of those places where you go and you just get stuff you don't need? Sounds like it.
No, I'm still crying
Are we talking about Aldi?
I'm still crying about the fryer I didn't get from Lidl the day before. I want to go back, but Dean said it won't be there. If you don't get it on the day, it won't be there.
Maybu's never been to Aldi or Lidl, neither have I. Aldi is my go-to for shopping, says Laura89. Middle aisles are a bit like Mark's rooms, says Sarah Fox.
Yeah, you'd love it. And what
don't
about
think
the
I would.
Easter eggs? You see Easter eggs that you would never see
Well,
anywhere else.
I've got a story about Easter
But
eggs
anyway,
later.
so today we are going to... Sorry, I did digress this. We're going to talk about Valentine's, but we don't want to talk about it from the angle of, oh, happy couples, because, quite frankly, that's boring. And it's too Instagram versus reality for me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's the time when everybody's going to get out all their, like, perfect photos.
So you're not posting anything online today?
No, I
Saying
don't
what a
think
lovely
I am.
Valentine.
I've recently done it. You know what?
Do you know what? I woke up and I thought, I can't be arsed.
Last week...
I thought, no, I just can't be arsed.
Last
I
week-
thought I've made poems, I've made films, I've written poems, I've done all that sort of stuff. And I thought, why don't we make it special today? We've got a lovely appointment later that we're going to, and that'll be nice.
Appointment. We're going to see a film.
Well, no, but it's a preview, and it's all a bit kind of, it's a bit more exciting than normal.
People
And we
might
could
think
go
we're
for,
going
you know
to
what
see
I'm
a
thinking?
doctor.
You know what I'm thinking of doing?
What?
Taking you to a nice bar for a drink and buying you a drink, because I don't get to buy her alcohol, so I'm going to get you pissed.
Oh,
There you go.
you go.
Even if you don't want to.
can't cook in tomorrow morning. But thank you. It's a lovely story. You can take me for one.
I'll take someone else
Do I
out.
have to get drunk?
No.
Can we just have one?
No.
But
I just don't think
what
you'll
were you
enjoy
saying?
Ant-Man. That's the only problem.
I love Ant-Man. Are you kidding?
Yeah. But will you like
I'm
Kang the Conqueror?
excited. Yes, I love all that sort of shit.
I reckon you've been out with
I love
Kang
Conan the
Conqueror.
Barbarian.
Conan the
Banana
Banana.
Barbarian.
Conan the Banana Man. I love that film with Arnie Schwarzenegger.
That's it.
Grace Jones was in it.
Was she? I don't remember that.
Batshit crazy. Anyone else remember Conan the Conan the
Oh, that's a nice thing to do. Rosemary Mahita and her mum are having a nice meal together later. That's lovely.
I always thought it was called Conan the Ball Bearing.
But anyway, we've digressed again.
What's happened to ball bearings?
Maybe they're only for kids.
Whatever happened to ball
Oh
bearings?
my God, I've forgotten what a ball bearing is. What is it?
It's a ball that has a
Where's
sort
the
of...
bearing?
No, it's a ball that has an outer shell that moves.
But it goes in. Okay, I'm back.
No, it doesn't go in.
No, but it goes round.
No, when you put a lot of them
No, but
together,
you
they
put
all
the
go
ball
like...
in the shell and the ball turns around.
It's a ball bearing. I guess it's called a ball bearing because it's bearing in a certain direction, right? Is that right? Grace Jones always frightened me back. Do you remember when she attacked Russell
Oh, I
Hardy?
loved it.
You know, but it got really violent and he was sitting there kind of like... I mean, Russell Hardy will mean nothing to anyone under the age of 10.
What was the car
40.
song that she
was the
sang?
what?
The car song.
Pull up to
my
the
bumper,
No,
baby.
not my bumper, the bumper.
Oh,
Pull up to the bumper.
no. Pull up to my bumper, baby, in your long hot limousine.
Go and
It's
twerk.
suggestive.
Of course it's suggestive.
That's why she says bump.
It's no, she...
Bump up to my bumper, baby. Get your long back limousine. What do you think the long back limousine meant?
Lumberback limousine. What the fuck are you talking about? Go over there and twerk.
What do you think a long black limousine meant? Look, juicy.
Pull up to her bumper, baby.
to my
With my
bumper,
long black
baby.
limousine.
Do you think it was pull up to my bumper, baby?
Pull
They'll
Up-
know.
It was the title, Pull Up to the Bump. My favourite Grace Jones track was that. What was the slightly French one? Oh, I love
Oh.
it. What was the French one, guys?
Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Oh. I mean, I
He's
literally...
getting, is that you being French?
I'm getting it to
It's
them.
going up.
I can't remember the song.
petit
Come on,
chauffeur.
someone must know this. It's brilliant. I've just remembered Grace Jones was also a Bond villain. She was.
She was
Well, come on,
fierce,
what's that?
man.
Oh, come on, what's the French one? It was in a film called... Oh my God, I've forgotten the name of the film.
What's wrong with you?
Starring
You're
Harrison
You're
Ford.
useless today.
Oh, God.
Was it pull up to my bumper baby and drive it in between?
Pull
Oh my
up.
God,
I
Debbie
thought
says
it's
it
pull
says...
up to the bumper.
Debbie says pull up to
My
my
bumper
bumper
and
baby
drive
and
it-
drive it in between.
I thought Joe Taxi was Lily Depp's mum.
La vie en rose.
La vie en rose. How have we gone by it? Why are we at Grace Jones?
I don't know. But should we get back to what
Slave to the rhythm. Do you remember she did?
She was brilliant.
Slave to the rhythm.
Oh my God, we've got to get Grace Jones album.
And whenever she went to any kind of do, because of the Russell Harty thing, you thought she was going to attack people.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
she's a
was
bit
just
crazy.
brilliant. You can't attack people like that anymore
just
now.
can't
Not
do
on
it.
live telly.
You're not allowed. Yeah, I bet you'd like to. Yeah. What the fuck is going on, says Ross.
No idea.
Got no idea whatsoever, Ross. Hope you're well. Hope your little one's well. Oh, this fucking sun on my forehead.
Right, okay. Let's gather ourselves.
Toffee's looking at us with in such a disparaging
Look
way.
at her. She's like, oh God.
She's actually a Grace Jones fan too.
Okay, Valentine's stress and horror stories. Let's hear your horror stories. I remember last year we had some great ones for you. It was one of you, wasn't it, that said that you had that, you'd been moaning, well not moaning,
Toe
but
fungus.
suggesting that you would like, oh, I should have done toe fungus today. Suggesting that you would like some, a bit of attention, some flowers. Wasn't it one of you? And then you came home and your husband called you from upstairs.
This is all very speculative. You know what you're talking about.
No, he had the bunch of flowers tied to his penis.
Oh, yeah.
You did. One of you told us that.
Who's that?
Who was it?
Oh, look, Zoe, check my feed now because I've posted my V-Day horror story.
Oh, let's have it.
Let's have it. Losby, so pleased to see Toffee behind you. She's guarding something.
But was
She
it...
had a pig's ear. Oh, look at
It
that.
was somebody from here who told that story, and I just thought, how would
Luna, happy
anyone
birthday, yeah.
ever think that would be...
Jill D says, ouch, was it roses? My mum, I've said this before, but in case you haven't heard it, my mum, when I used to get in the bath, there used to be a poster directly opposite me. There was all sorts of stuff on the walls, Mum, wasn't there? She had menstruating elephants. She had...
You told them this.
I know she had, but there might be someone who doesn't know. She had poems.
Somebody that
She had
doesn't
poems
know.
typed in red ink to manifest menstruation. It was everywhere, and I put a little sign on my door saying menstrual-free zone and all that kind of stuff. But in the bathroom, I used to have a bath, and I used to flick water at the electric fire, which could have killed me. But hey, living life on the edge, it's even worse. Keep going. No, keep going.
No, Mark, it's boring now. It's boring.
Yeah, it might be boring for you, but it's bloody annoying for me. And on this poster, there was a bed, and there were roses in it, and there was blood. Blood was a theme, trickling down the bottom. And it said, married life is like a bed of roses, full of pricks. Didn't think it put me off marriage.
I'm going to read out Zoe's and then look for Lee's, because apparently Lee's told me.
Lee.
Okay, so this is Zoe_Agnew_ if you want to follow her. And she says, today is the anniversary of when my ex-boyfriend stole my bank card and bought me a Valentine's present with it. Do you hear that?
No, I didn't. I was trying to find
Zoe's
Lee's comment.
boyfriend took her bank card and bought her Valentine's present with it.
That's a bit mean.
He took it, ran off to the cash machine, took the money out and went down to a local card shop in Belfast and bought me a load of commercial Valentine's Day crap. Then used it for drinks when we went out later that night. Who says love is dead, eh?
Bloody hell.
A bit scared by the whole experience, to be honest. I am not surprised.
Poor old Zoe.
Fuck, you have been through it on the dating game. But I believe,
I
if
believe
you want
you can
it, because you
fly.
might decide that you don't, I believe there is the right person out there for
Do you know what I think?
What?
I believe she can fly.
I believe she
I
can
can
touch
believe
the
you
sky.
can touch the sky. Thinking about you every night and day.
Okay, that's enough and that's boring.
Need
No,
your
you
car.
do it for too long when you sing, Mark. Because when I've watched you back, sometimes I think, now that's annoying me. So if I was them, I'd be going, now he's annoying me because you've gone too far.
Okay.
Sorry, but I have to be
Lee
honest.
Peart story. My V-Day horror story is when my boyfriend at the time stood me up for his ex-boyfriend. He also did this on my birthday.
Oh, God, yes, I
Lee.
remember that. What a
Jesus,
shit.
What a cock. Sorry. Any other horror
Claire
stories?
says, I thought it was Zoe who had the guy laying naked on the sofa waiting for her to get home. Was that you?
Was it Zoe?
Zoe's a constant source.
Oh, look, Anita Burke woke up to a dozen red roses.
Oh.
Christos yesterday said to me, he said, why do we all bother with saying half a dozen? Why don't we just say 6?
I know, I've always thought that, Christos, but I really like half a dozen because it makes me feel clever.
I like baker's
Because
dozen.
when I finally learned what half a dozen meant as a kid, I remember feeling really proud of myself.
Did you?
And I was looking for excuses to say, just half a dozen.
What about a baker's dozen? Why is a baker's dozen 13? Extra
Because
egg.
because you never know how much dough you're going to have. So in case
No,
you have an
you
extra
need
one.
extra eggs. You need an egg to throw at your wife. A baker's dozen. Oh my God, that's a dick move, says Jordan Stevenson, I presume.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I put it on my Instagram as well today. And where did I put that?
Someone summed it up beautifully and said, Jenny Scam, what a complete knob.
Complete knob.
Yeah.
Dottie Doris Mummy said, double date 28 years ago. My man had an affair with her for the next 25 years. Oh.
What?
I'm still with him.
Does it say it on?
No.
No. Dottie.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Wow. Now that. You often hear about people discovering
Deb Smith.
infidelity on Valentine's Day.
Well, it's kind of obvious
it's weird,
why,
isn't
though,
it?
isn't
Why?
it?
Because people are managing 2 people.
Well, and also lots of messages are going around and
Yeah.
cards and all sorts of stuff and
Yeah.
expressions of love.
Yeah.
I think the most romantic thing to do on a Valentine's Day is nothing, because you should be doing it every day of the year.
Well, that's what I was going to say when you said to me
What do you
you're
think
not
of that?
posting anything today. Like last weekend we went away.
I
Mark.
posted something about it,
Mark
yeah.
and I went away.
Yeah.
And I posted a reel and it was really heartfelt and it was really like, I just posted it because I really felt, Mark, don't always be an idiot. I'm trying to say something nice.
No, I know you are, and I'm really,
Fucking hell, it's like
I'm
being
just
with a
distracted.
7-year-old.
I know.
Have you had your
You can
medication?
leave the room, I can't.
Exactly, I wish I could leave the room.
Go on then.
So I posted this reel and it was really heartfelt and I thought this is because to go back to that thing of it being dictated to a specific day, and I thought that's my Valentine's message. It just happens to be a week before because I'm feeling it right now. And I think why a lot of people, and can you bring that article up, Mark? It says quite
Which one?
high stats.
Fail
It's
safe
quite
ways or 12 days?
I think it was the fail safe.
70%.
Find Valentine's stressful. And I think it is, and they talk in this article about the expectation, what you get given, how you get given it, the expectation that there's going to be rumpy-pumpy and it's going to be the best ever and all of this sort of stuff actually puts people off. The financial worry of Valentine's Day, so-and-so's getting this, God, have I got to get my partner something equivalent to
Is
that?
there competition between people as well? Women, what did he do for Valentine's Day? What did he get you for Valentine's Day?
I've
All
never
that sort of
worked
stuff.
in an office situation, but I imagine there would be. Tell us, guys.
I have, and
I see
I've
it on
never ever remembered anyone saying
I
that.
see it on Instagram.
What, people competing?
Yeah, you see on Instagram, don't you? Just like, all this perfection.
Yeah.
And I think the better thing to do if you're going to post something on Instagram is to say, we're making it, we're getting through.
Jenny Scam says it shouldn't just be today, it should be all year
Yeah.
round. It's like enforced fun, it's like enforced love, creatorholic. Entirely right.
I don't have a problem with having a day where you can, not necessarily Valentine's, where you just, it's like birthdays, isn't it? We say, everybody should love the person all the way through the year, but everybody's busy with life. So it's kind of, I don't mind Valentine's Day as long as you're not caught up in the whole commercialisation of it. Like, we would never go to a restaurant on Valentine's Day. It's just like crazy.
Hideous. You just see lots of people...
The food is usually horrible because they've done a worked out 3-course meal. It's expensive and it's packed. And often, don't you find this, like, people look really unhappy with each other?
Restaurants are ludicrous things these days. I know we're all told we
so
have to
sorry
spend
for
money
them.
and all these things, but
feel so
you know
sorry.
what? I don't want to spend a heap of money on a piece of sea bass about that big. No, I'd rather dive into the sea and pull one up in my mouth. It's just not fun. Someone here just said, quite simple, I like that. They just said, I want to have sex, I want to have a drink, and I want to eat. And it's like, brilliant, fantastic.
Who said that?
I'm trying to find it. I think that's brilliant. That's my favourite kind of Valentine's Day. But I don't want to eat in a restaurant.
What's that?
Breaking
Kathy
up-
Dunn. I put my ex in Take a Break mag on Valentine's for being
a
a
love
love
rat.
rat. Oh, that's a great story,
Whoa,
Kathy.
That's amazing.
Did you? Oh, I love that.
MeTube says,
what happened?
MeTube says breaking up with someone on Valentine's Day is just deliberately setting up a bad memory for someone.
For always.
Yes.
That's very true.
Very
isn't
true,
it?
MeTube. But I also think it's a little bit like Christmas, isn't it? It's the moment where potentially the reason it does happen around Valentine's Day is I think people can try and forget or distract themselves from whether their relationship's working or not. And then you hit a moment where everyone is collectively celebrating romance. And I think it does force a lot of people into thinking, is this what I want? So I don't necessarily think it's always born of a sort of desire to be malicious, but I do think it's a moment where a magnifying glass is thrown over your
And you
relationship.
think, I can't do this
It's just
anymore.
like you come out of Christmas and everyone's like, I don't want to do that batshit crazy thing ever again. That was horrendous. And
Sometimes people will do it just to be nasty as well.
why would you just want to be nasty? I don't understand that.
So I just think, yeah, why not think about the people that you love? If it's, because originally it was Saint Valentine, wasn't it? It was a Christian thing, Valentine's Day, to think about love. And it's just become the only love that has any meaning is a love between two people in a sexual relationship. That's what I don't like about it, because I think it's really excluding. And talking to my sister yesterday, check out, we did a funny reel together yesterday in Aldi. But, it's for people that are in the midst of a breakup, for people that are feeling that, oh my God, the whole world is about couples. Why haven't I reached these life goals that I'm supposed to have reached by now? I was just looking through our Agony Aunt and Uncle questions, a problem page thing, and there was somebody there that's saying, I'm 30 and I haven't got these things that I'm supposed to have at 30. And I think that pressure is just awful. So a day like today can really ratchet that in for people. And I think that's the thing I don't like about it.
I like this is an article in Marie Claire, and I like the first thing they say about how to take the pressure out of Valentine's Day. And the first one is to celebrate love in all its forms. So this is about considering your platonic love with other people. But
it's
yeah,
like
that's
Dean
quite
always
nice.
does a Galentine's. She gets her friends and does a dinner and does all of that. And I think it's so nice because it's like it's reminding you that all love is
Conquers
valid.
all.
No, but
love
it's
conquers all.
valid. It's not only if you're having sex. I mean, usually if sex is involved, it's a lot bloody more difficult.
But do you know what I think about that? Love conquers everything.
Enough. Thank you.
Okay, the second one is gift your presents, not your presents.
Exactly.
That's nice.
Let's take the expense out of it.
Yeah. Why not make your loved one a homemade card? That's what I'm doing in the other room. Oh,
You're
just
right,
giving it
Daniela.
away.
I hadn't
Just giving
thought
it away.
about that.
What's that?
Valentine's is such a beautiful name, Valentine.
It is
isn't
pretty. It is pretty.
Can we go back to that?
Talk about sex. Let's talk about sex, baby.
Let's talk about you and me. Enough. So,
Hang on. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things we can do.
let's talk about it.
Sex.
Yeah, couples, people that are in a relationship, feel the real pressure of sex.
I wondered what you were going to say there. Can I just give
But
you
it's got to be the best sex of the
Yeah,
whole year.
let me give you a little heads up, because we've experimented in the past with talking.
Apple crumble.
Not going
My safe
anywhere.
word.
Talking about sex can be really liberating, guys. If you can maybe blindfold yourself so you can do it. Maybe, I don't know, put on something that's
You don't have to take this advice, by the way.
No. Talking about it is liberating. Not doing it, talking about it. Just talk about it.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
why did it say best sex toys, best? Let's get off that. That's rude. Take yourself out on a date is the fourth suggestion. You don't like being on your own, do you? You wouldn't take yourself on a date, would you?
I love being on my own.
Yeah, but you wouldn't take yourself to the cinema or to the thing. You wouldn't take yourself on a date.
I wouldn't like to.
If
go
you're on your
cinema
own, I suppose it's quite nice. Take yourself on a date. The fifth one is acknowledge the elephant in the room, especially if you're in a zoo. Try this, the cringe factor, make a light and playful joke about it. For example, asking them if they have any hot dates tonight. It doesn't need to be a big deal. I suppose the thing we forget about Valentine's is the point of Valentine's, as they made it at school, was they used to have a little post box which you post your letters in, which was horrible because there'd be some people in the class who didn't get any. But it is about asking to be a Valentine, isn't it? And I think Valentine's Day is also a day of enormous jealousy. especially if your partner receives a card from someone and you don't know who it is. That happens for a lot of people. I remember it happening for me and my first girlfriend going, who the hell is it? And I could see it was really, I didn't know who it was either. It was really...
So you never knew who it was?
No, never found out.
She could have done it to herself. Girls do that.
No, it was to me.
Oh!
No, I received one.
Oh, you received
I didn't know who it was from.
And you never knew?
And I could see she was unravelling a little bit.
Oh, it's not very nice.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's a day of jealousy, isn't it? And number 6, they say gain some perspective. On what? Oh, it's completely natural to feel the pressure. But remember, just like Christmas, it's one day out of 365.
Yeah, I think that I imagine that everything has been made so much worse since social media because you didn't really know that much of what was going on with other people,
Yeah,
did
it's
you?
huge pressure.
And I think it's a bit like picking a scab. If you're feeling lonely or if you're feeling like you're missing out on that, you're just going to find yourself looking. So my big tip would be, don't look. Or search the hashtags around, platonic love and self-love and Valentine's.
I was going to say
and
self-pleasure
all of that
is a
really
great
positive.
thing, isn't
I
it?
knew you were going to say that. And all of that stuff. And just, just positive affirmations.
Oh, there you go, guys.
Right, so worst Valentine's.
Okay, 12 Valentine's Day horror stories that remind me why I'm being single. Are these... all right, number 1. They're quite long, aren't they?
Yeah. Have you read them?
No.
I have. So this girl, she used to do a Valentine's dinner every year with her best friend and another co-worker because they were single and their boyfriends weren't very nice. The one that had a boyfriend wasn't very nice. And then the co-worker got married and then her best friend got a boyfriend. So she said, as expected, I just told her to enjoy her day and to go off with her boyfriend. She was, no, we've got to be together still. So it was just going to be the two of them. She, God, that's so lovely. She's got her boyfriend, but her boyfriend's going to is allowing us to still have our Valentine's together.
Right.
But then the last minute, he decided to join in.
Join in what?
Well, wanted to come on the Valentine's with the Valentines.
Oh, it's a bit weird.
Yeah. Well, you can imagine
Read
what
the
was
room.
suggested later on.
Oh, did he? I can see 7.
No, not that's another one. Yeah.
Wow. That's adventurous.
So can you imagine that? And then you're suddenly being asked for a threesome with your best friend that you've done Valentine's with for years. And if she'd ever wanted a threesome, she would have asked before. So that's going to be just the boyfriend wanting that.
One Valentine's Day, my old boyfriend took me on a date and afterwards he broke up with me saying his parents were making him do it because they didn't know me. I cried at home and then he took me on another date and ended it by telling me we weren't back together and he only did it because he felt bad for me. What a horrible git.
But you know what the thing is with something like that, isn't it? As you get older and you hear stories like this and you know it would have hurt you desperately when you were younger, as you reach your older, you think, oh my, all you can think is, what an awful, weak, terrible person that no one should ever go out with. You just think, oh God, what a lucky escape. But it's so hard when you're young. Any rejection is just so painful. Even if it's from the worst person you can imagine, it's just pain, isn't it?
Listen to this one. One time this guy I'd been talking to asked me out. It started off nicely, went to his house, he was being pleasant. Then his mum came down and asked him if he wanted anything to eat. Not me, just him.
Oh, she's
he asked if she
jealous.
could bring something down. So she brought him down something to eat, but nothing for me. Then he proceeded to bring it upstairs 5 minutes later because he wasn't hungry. This whole thing was strange. And then he asked me out to McDonald's. I said yes because I was hungry.
How weird.
How weird. How weird.
Yeah, that's a bad date. What's your worst Valentine's? Can you think of one?
No, not really. I mean, no. I mean, I can't remember a single Valentine's Day with anyone else. I mean, I literally can't remember.
Really?
No,
Did
I
you ever
mean-
take anyone out on a first date on
I'm sure
Valentine's?
I did. The first date, I don't know about a first date.
You never did a date on Valentine's? Because I think that must be so hard. I was reading this morning about
I remember
how on
one
dating
time-
apps it's so hard.
I remember one time, this is awful, I'm not proud of it. I remember one night, it was a particularly stressful night in Soho. I was on 2 dates at the same time between 2 pubs, and I kept running between the two, saying I was editing. Popping back to the
days.
production, I mean, what an arse.
It's a bad day.
It's a bad date. Okay, well, look, guys, I want to move on to just 4 quick stories because we're at half an hour. And I just want to share some really funny stories. You know how they do, and finally?
Yeah.
So these aren't long, but they're fun. So in New York, dog owners are being warned to take extra care with their pooches, because I don't know if you know, cannabis has been legalized in New York for being sold. And New York dogs are eating the cannabis butts. And so New York dogs are getting high.
No.
And lots of dog owners in New York are getting home and are
But why are the
worried
dogs
why their dog is A, falling around and falling asleep, B, heading to the bread bin and eating all the jam tarts. And so all the vets in New York are saying, the dogs are getting high because they're eating. Well, there's a sweetness to them, isn't there? My mum, when we lived in this basement flat, she used to get, sorry mum, I'm going to have to reveal this. She used to get her drugs delivered through a letterbox.
Oh my God.
And she used to get like a block of...
Mark, your mum's going to kill you saying that.
Well, mum, it was a block of hashish resin. And it would land like a galaxy bar through the letterbox. And one of our dogs, Daly, I think my mum must have caught her eating it. She slept for about the next 8 days on the bottom bunk. Poor thing, poor thing. So yeah, New York dogs are getting high. The police have helped save Easter by intercepted someone who'd stolen 200,000 cream eggs. Faith Goodman, boom. A man has... Oh, wow. Where did you get these from?
Empty.
Oh,
I love what I got, guys.
we're going to have some crumpet.
Crumpets.
Something we're going to get crumpet.
Yeah, happy Valentine's.
Oh, sweetie. Oh, well, I gave you your present last night.
Oh, God, just ignore him. Oh, they're lovely,
They're
though.
really nice. Look at
those.
that. Oh,
So pretty.
sweetie, that's so
Right.
romantic.
Do you know how much these were?
Do we have to go into that? Hang on, let's just keep the present. Let's just keep it as a present. She also
Such a bargain.
She also bought me these.
But look at that. That's how I love you, baby. I love
they're
hot
big ones
crumpet.
as well,
They're
aren't they?
big ones too.
Have we got a lump of butter big
Yes.
enough? Oh,
they're
man.
going to have buttery crumpets.
Got crumpet happening. They're beautiful. Thank you very much. That's really sweet. As I said on here, I haven't got you anything. Police helped save Easter, but Mum? Lads, look. Police intercepted 200,000 stolen cream eggs, worth £40,000. 100,000. They intercepted a
Who
truck.
stole them? This is a great story.
Yeah. So the police said the chocolate collection box, which also included other treat varieties, was worth £40,000. This was in Telford. Telford nearly had Easter
God.
stolen.
But where would they have sold them all?
The police said we were chasing a vehicle which we later called the Easter Bunny.
Do you think that's true?
Yeah, it is true.
Guys, look.
Oh, man.
Oh,
That is good.
that's what
looks
we're
good.
having for breakfast.
Here's another one.
We're not thinking about carbohydrates, we're just having them.
Oh, man. Can we then roll around
Yeah,
in butter?
why not?
Another chocolate story, slightly more serious. Mars in Philadelphia, you like this,
Yeah.
have been fined because in a slightly sort of Willy Wonka way, 2 workers fell into the chocolate vat. They fell into pure chocolate. They were cleaning the thing, and what we would all imagine to be a sort of heavenly experience, they had to be dragged out quickly because, of course, the heat of the chocolate melting could have killed them. Mars Wrigley have been fined $14,500 due to these 2 people not being given a health and safety check before then getting into the vat, trying to clean it, and falling into chocolate. Would you like that, Nats? Falling into chocolate?
No,
Yeah, I would.
I don't want to drown.
Now, I want you here for this next story. I want you here. Okay, critics. It's not nice to have... The critics aren't nice, are they? If you haven't seen the menu, check out the menu, because the menu is all about... one of the characters is a critic, and Ray Fiennes gets his own back.
Such a good film.
So, I think... Is it in the Netherlands? I think, you know, Netherlands Dance Theatre. We've seen them. A choreographer was so unhappy with the critics' review of 2 of his dance pieces, the choreographer, that at one of the kind of shows, I don't know if anyone's heard this, he rubbed his dog poo in the critic's face.
That is terrible.
Raging
That is
ballet
disgusting.
choreographer smears
Do you know
dog
you can be
feces.
blinded by dog poo?
Raging ballet choreographer smears dog feces in critic's face after comparing shows. She compared the show to being driven mad and killed by boredom. So he walked over to her with his Dachshund's poo in a poo bag and squeezed it in his face.
I think he could get a sentence for that. I think it's absolutely disgusting.
Well, what's kind of funny in it is there's a moment where the Netherlands Dance Theatre say something like, his impulsive behaviour, we very much regret that our audience was disturbed by this. And then he says, this isn't the kind of behaviour that we like. Oh yeah, he says, the Opera House said the incident had tarnished its reputation and left witnesses and staff extremely unsettled.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, Rhys Roberts. And final story of the day. This is going to upset you, Nat. Lilt is being scrapped.
Lilt for
With
the
a totally
totally tropical taste. Oh,
It's being, yeah, they're getting rid
that
of it.
seems a shame.
It does, doesn't it?
All these lovely 70s things going out the window.
But not to worry, Fanta are turning it into something called Fanta Pineapple. But some of the social
Paddy
media...
McGuinness says he's hurt by the
He's hurt.
decision.
And some of the other comments are good. Fuck this to hell. I love a lilt. I'm going to have to stockpile. Someone else said, I don't think I want to live in a world without lilt in it. What's the point anymore? Someone else said, 30-somethings and 40-somethings who haven't drunk lilt since 1998 left devastated by today's news. And so yeah, lilt. Are you going to miss
It's a
lilt?
sad day.
I think Fanta Pineapple could be good. It's the grapefruit in it that I never liked. Yeah,
On the right day, in the right moment, nothing could touch a lilt.
Okay, so Aaron Bullimore, quickly, Valentine's Day is just monetization of love. It's gross in my opinion, as well as simply stressful. My girlfriend and I don't do it. Okay, 2 birthdays. Luna, pretty name.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Luna. Happy birthday to you. Squash tomatoes and stew.
And Deb Smith.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Deb Smith. Happy birthday to you.
Toffee's got very
Now,
excited.
you remind people to subscribe and stuff, and I'm going to get your...
Subscribe.
I think they want to see you bite into your...
Do you want to see me bite into my crumpet? Do you want to see me get some crumpet? I think I do.
What was it that we were talking when we were talking about crumpets all the time on the channel?
We were always talking about crumpet.
Oh, it was Omicron.
Omni crumpet. Omni
Remember
crumpet.
that? When we
I just called to say I love you.
Here it comes.
I just called
Now this is
to
true
say
love.
how much I care.
Never mind some fancy restaurant where a piece of sea bass costs you 30 quid.
You're right, Toff.
This is where it is at.
Careful of the computer.
Nothing's going to happen to Garita. I love...
Love Shack is a little old place where we can get together. Love Shack.
Love you.
Okay.
Bye.
Well, hang on. They want to see me
have you
bite into your heart.
I bet you all fancy the crumpet now.
I hate to say it, babe. Not enough butter. No, not enough butter. Guys, have a lovely day. Agony aunt and uncle landing later.